So you're in the trap house.
Mm-hmm.
You're moving around doing some illegal shit, but you're in the studio making music.
Mm-hmm.
At what point does something happen with the music?
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. So, Dan, I'm glad I'm here. So I was a solo artist at my friend's house. I started getting so good that people started wanting to sign me. So I met this guy named G, and he had me rap for him. And he said, "Yo, bro, I used to manage Too Short." He said I was around Biggie and I was around Pop. He said, "You are the greatest rapper I ever heard." Now I'm like, "Man, you tripping, man. I don't believe you. I don't believe you." So we go over his house. He got all the plaques, the Foxy Brown plaques, Jay-Z plaques. I'm like, okay, so this guy might know what he's talking about. So he called Eric Sermon. I rap over the phone for Eric Sermon. Eric Sermon was like, "Yo, can you get him up here? I want to sign him right now." He was like, "No, I'll call you back. So I rapped on the phone for Redman. I rapped for Lil Jon. Me and the quietest kept. Me and Lil Jon tried to sign me like ASAP. So he would just take this guy named G, was from Detroit. He used to manage Too Short. He was just taking me on the road everywhere, like and rap for everybody. So that's kind of when I knew, okay, I'm kind of special. I kind of got something. But it didn't go all the way right because we had a situation, and then my OGs realized how much I was worth, and they made me renege, or I couldn't do the deal with him. So
So the guys at the trap house
Right.
they were supporting you basically.
Right.
Basically said fuck this music shit.
No, I mean, I was just in the studio. They didn't really come in there to see how good I was like that. They knew I could rap, but we never went outside of our house to see, am I really this good? Is he really worth anything?
Okay.
So I didn't know that they was interested in me like that. I just thought, we over here, they make sure I keep a little money in my pocket. I get a little work or whatever, do my little thing, keep my little money and go back in the studio where everybody else was kind of just more in the streets. So I went and found a deal, he had me a situation and they were like, "Nah, you can't sign him." So, some real nigga street shit happened and I could no longer do the deals with him.
So you couldn't do a deal with anyone at that point. Mm-mm. Did they have a deal in mind to compensate for that?
Well, after that, once they realized what I was, we formed like a group with all my neighborhood friends, and we kind of started, working on our music and working on our group situation and trying to get a situation. And that's when we got a situation with Noontime and Jazzy Faye. They was Show Enough. So we had a deal with them, they signed the group and they signed us, and my OGs didn't like the deal again, so you know what I'm saying? It was just like, no.
So they didn't like the deal after y'all signed?
Yeah.
After y'all got advances and all that?
Yeah, exactly. And he went in there and told them, we want 50-50, we want this and this. And they had to give it to us because my OGs was just so prominent to the point where it was just like, you got it. And then it just took all the energy from Show Enough. Because they was like, "Yo, we got this super group, whoop-de-whoop." And and then after that, it was just like, and then Shakir passed. So that was a real major blow for us at Def Jam.
Yeah.
So when Shakir passed, it was
Shakir
like,
Stewart.
Yeah, he was the ones who found us. He found Jeezy and he found us. We came in together.
Ah.
Yeah.
What happened to Shakir?
Well, I don't really know.
You didn't know him.
I mean, I know. I think it was self-inflicted. I didn't
right.
really.
They say he killed himself, but it was one of those situations where, why? No one could quite explain it.
I mean, man, during that time, man, like the underworld is real. A lot of people don't know, like, a lot of things go on in the world. I like to let the people know in public. The civilians that walk around, it's another world under here that really dictate how the world moves. So once you get caught into it or you get friends into it, it's hard to shake those people. And that stress or whatever that, that type of pressure that may come upon people, you never know. Even, working at Def Jam, it would be stressful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? You never know. But God bless his soul, he really changed my life because he really at least got me to the point where I knew I could do something with music. He really signed us and like, oh, I could be a major artist.
Okay. Because then you ended up hooking up with Greg Street.
Yeah, well, Greg found me. Greg is like my angel. I call him the angel of my life. Because I was like, at that time, after I lost my second deal, I was like, okay, I got to figure out how to get out of the streets and be able to be a full-time rapper because my street crew just wasn't going to let me flourish. You know what I mean? Because they wanted to be in music, but everybody was scared of them. So I couldn't, like, every time I bring them in the room.
I mean, for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm
sitting
saying.
there breaking deals and taking people's money, and you know.
But me, being young, these was just my guy. They took care of me. They, like, a nigga would not put his hands on me, or they was gonna die instantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want for nothing. Like, rest in peace. I don't know, Church, man. I love you, bro. I miss you. I don't know if you know D-Mac, but Church gave me a iced out, bust out watch. Like, they used to bring us clothes. We had bad boy jackets in school. We never went to school. We was in the club with Puffy at 16, popping bottles. We wasn't even supposed to be in here. Puffy passing us Moet and everything. It's just lit. Our childhood was just lit. I had 3 cars. We had about 25 cars to our names. So every day we would pull up to school, and old school, like 78 Fleetwoods and, you know what I mean, Eldorados. It was just too much for us. So they felt like they gave me all of that they had to be a part of. So I understood it. I understood why my cachet was so high because the guys that was behind me. But I think me being more of, like I said, from a Christian household and growing up a certain way, I understand they was a little threatening. So I had to figure out how to maneuver. So I ended up getting with, Akon and Boo. And the advance I got from Akon and Boo, I just paid my OGs and everybody, and they let me go.
Aha. Can you say how much it was?
It wasn't that much. I probably got 70.
That's it. 70,000 is all they wanted to say, okay, we good.
Because I've already did other stuff to kind of get, pay my tithes and offering, but like I gave them the whole advance.
Okay. The whole advance was there, and at that point, they're like, okay, cool, do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know that this is a real story. I come from the dirt. I did it the hard way.
So you start to kind of bounce around, because at one point, I guess you had 25 deals on the table.
But that was during that time.
During that time, right.
Def Jam,
Aftermath,
Cash Money. Yeah, everybody knew, all my OGs knew all of them. I used to rap for them, and they used to be like, yo, we need them. My OGs would be like, all right, I got you, and just walk me out the room. They just wanted to know what my worth was. And then if you see all them people trying to sign this dude, you'll be like, oh, okay, we got something.